real investment is betting your money against real value. I just want to talk to us today about risk, the concept of risk, because most people do not understand the concept of risk, and for that reason, they avoid risk at all costs. And of course, on the other side, the flip side, are people who also don't understand the concept of risk and are doing things that are not even qualified to be called to be risky in the first place, and believing they are taking risk. I use this example Robert Kiyosaki once used. Take, for example, driving any kind of car is risky. If you decide to drive your car, maybe you wake up this morning and you put in your ignition, you're going to drive out of your garage, you're going to be taking risk. Driving your car that you bought, good car, quality car that you bought, you are taking risk. Why? You're going to go on a public road. You could run into a dish, you could run into someone, somebody could run into you. Anything can happen. You could drive over a nail and pick up a nail and destroy your tire. Just anything could go wrong. From the time you drive out of your garage till you return back to your garage, you'll be taking risk. But it is not the same as someone who take a car that does not have a functional braking system, or the car does not have a steering wheel. And he decided, well, this is a car, no steering wheel, but it's a car nonetheless, so I'm going to drive it. That man who is driving the car without a functional braking system is not taking risk. He's acting in foolishness or pure ignorance. The one who is driving the car that functions properly is taking risk. The one who is driving the car that have no brake or steering wheel is not taking risk. No, I'm trying to help you understand the concept of risk. Because when you understand the concept of risk, then you will know in your business and your financial pursuit if you are actually taking risk or you are acting in foolishness. Because what many people do and they claim to be taking risk is not risk at all. In fact, they are not qualified to be called risky. I'll give you another example. To jump from heights, for example, from a helicopter in the air, or even from a plane, to jump from it with the parachute is one of the highest risks of your life you could ever take. From such heights, with the parachute, highly risky. But to jump from a plane without a parachute is not risky. It's suicide. Did you get it? So the man who has a parachute is taking risk in the sense that the parachute may not open, the parachute may malfunction, but at least he has a guarantee, that he has a parachute and that this parachute has been designed to help him land safely. If it's faulty, that's a different story. But at least he has it. So for that man with the parachute, he's taking risk. The man without a parachute is not taking risk. I mean, think about it. What are you thinking? Are you hoping that you will land on water, on sand, on mountain, on tree, what are you hoping? Now, I say this to say this. When it comes to business, there are businesses that are risky and there are other businesses that are not risky at all. Take, for example, let me use Nigerian naira. If you have 2 million naira and you decide to go into some remote part of for example, Lagos State, Nigeria, to buy a land, you are taking risk. Why? Number one, there could be earthquake in that part of the country, and in that instance, the money is gone. There could even be war. There could be a government policy that prohibits you from using the land for anything good. Maybe they say that's a road. Such things can happen. So, to that extent, owning a land or using your money to buy land, such land, is risky. But here is the trick. The possibility of an earthquake happening around Lagos, Nigeria, is very, very low. Very minimal. See. But think about if you took the same 2 million naira and decided, no, I'm not going to buy land. I'm going to invest that money because maybe, for example, you saw an advert or promo. Someone was promoting one of these forex platforms, expert options, FX, whatever. All those forex platforms. And maybe a celebrity came in a Range Rover and told you, like, how did you get the money? He said, no, I got the money from trading forex. And you feel like, whoa. In 6 months, you already drive a Range Rover. I think Forex is the way. And then you knowing nothing about Forex, the financial expert, you go there, they tell you, no, it's easy. I'll sign you up, use my promo code. And then, if with my promo code, sign you up, you're going to make it quickly. So you took the 2 million naira, and then you went, and I tell you, I'll give you a demo account funded with $10,000 or 100,000 US dollars to practice your trade, your skills. And then you practice and it looked like you're winning when you're practicing. So now you took your 2 million naira and go and invest it in Forex. Are you taking risk? You are not. You're acting in foolishness. You know why? Because real investment is betting your money against real value. That's what the Warren Buffett will call value investment. See, when you said you are investing your money, you are betting your money against real value. So for you to say you are taking risk in investment, for your risk or for you, whatever it is you are investing in to qualify to be called risk in investment, it must be based on real value. Like I told you, when you bought the land is real value. Number one, you can see it, you have the documents. You see, so that's real value. But when you risk your money in Forex, what is the value? What value are you risking your money against? It's not based on real value. So you are not taking risk. You're actually acting in foolishness. Like the story, I think it's like the joke that goes this way and said, how old were you when you realized that the Forex instructors don't make money from trading Forex, but from the instruction? I don't know if you get it. The joke is, trying to highlight the fact that the guy who is teaching you how to succeed in Forex is not making money from Forex. He's actually making money from teaching you, from what you are paying to be taught how to make money from Forex. I hope you get a joke. So I'm helping you to understand the perspective. Let me give you a story. About 2 years ago, I bought a land somewhere in Lagos, Nigeria. And spent not so much money, but yeah, I bought the land. Yesterday, I got a call that somebody offered me money to buy that land. And the money the person was offering is already more than double the amount of money I used to buy the land. 2 years. Now, it's risky, but that's an investment. Now, supposing somebody have this 2 million, like I'm using as example, 2 million naira, and decide, okay, I'm going to buy a land, somewhere, remote part of Nigeria, Lagos, Abuja, anyway. And so you bought this land for 2 million, and it's supposing it appreciate like the land I bought that I'm talking to you about now. In 2 years, the money have doubled. Somebody is willing to pay you double what you paid when you bought it. If you decide to sell the land, you have made 100% profits. You can decide to use both the initial money plus the profit to buy 2 lands. Give it some more 2 years. You'll have multiplied that money from 4 million probably to 8 million the next 2 years. You'll start with 2 million. Supposing you decide, okay, no, I'm going to now spread and get 4 lands, different lands, and give it more 2 years. From 2 million, you are going to 16 million. Guess what? Within 10 years, that 2 million, you can multiply it to 20 million, probably 50 million, even 100 million. You don't know. You see, but even though you are taking risk in buying all of these lands, you are betting your money against real value. That's when it's investment. If you cannot identify the real value in what you are investing your money in, you are not taking risk, you are acting in foolishness. See, and that is what I want you to understand today. Because when you understand the concept of risk, you'll not be afraid to do business. You'll not be afraid to invest, in things. The only reason people are afraid of risk is because they don't understand the concept of risk. As a matter of fact, people think that something is risky because it has 50% chance of failing or 100% chance of failing. No. If something have, let's say, 80% chance of failing, it's not risky. It's foolishness. To act on it, that's not risk. What is risk? It's risky when it has a higher chance of success and a lesser chance of failure. Yes, like I told you about driving a proper car. There's a high possibility that you are going to go out and you come back home today. There's a high possibility. Accident is not the highest possibility in your driving today. It's a rare occurrence. It can happen, you see, but that will not be the major point of consideration when you decide to drive. Why? It's not everybody who drives who get accidents. Of course, in a civilized society where everybody else who is on the road know what they're supposed to be doing, who are properly licensed to drive the car under the right condition and influence, But that you are not sure that if you go out of this room today, you'll come back home. That's not risky. Something else. And that's what I'm trying to tell you. See? So try to understand the concept of risk so that when you decide to do business or invest your money, you should know when you are taking risk and you should know when you are not taking risk, when you are acting probably out of ignorance or foolishness. Like they said, no risk, no reward. That means from time to time, everybody must take risk for the sake of reward. See, for the sake of the reward you want, it's okay to take risk. But let your risk be actually risk. Yeah, let it be qualified to be called risk. Anyway, if you have question, share it in the comments. If you have contribution, suggestion, share it in the comments. I'd like to hear your opinion and we'll talk about it. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you again in the next one. Have a good day.